Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over my Season 19 raw impressions from my early access play sessions. I released a bunch of news over on my main channel earlier this week, so be sure to check that out if you have not seen it. Plus at the end we have a hilarious game to show off what happens when Apex gets broken and glitched in the playtest. Well, apparently you can't get a 10-player squad game, which contained some really good laughs. Let's kick it off with all of the positives or the good things I am excited for. I absolutely love the storm point changes. The map feels so much better. Way more condensed with tweaks that I think are pretty thoughtful. Respawn touched about 40% of the entire map and they pushed in that northeast corner where Lightning Rod is. They pushed it really far into almost where Thunderwatch was, and Thunderwatch is not a named POI anymore. And then they also retweaked the southeast corner where Fish Farms was. They pushed that in a little bit as well. On top of this, there's also a couple more middle POIs that were revamped. There's a couple new ones as well. And I think overall people are going to find that there's more landing spots in the center of the map, which should greatly help with mid games. A slight concern I do have is going to be the west side of the map. I think it was a little forgotten about, or the northwest, but overall I am pretty excited for the storm point changes. Conduit feels pretty good to play. I'm not gonna lie, she's not really gonna be overpowered. She's much like Catalyst when Catalyst came into the game. I think she's gonna be good but not OP, which I think is okay, although I actually would rather have the new legend come into the game be a little bit overpowered so we can all use her and see where that legend can actually get pushed to. She may have ALGS viability and ranked viability, but time is going to tell how much players actually take advantage of her. I think her passive is going to be the one thing that holds her back. 40% movement speed increase is nice when you are outside of the attack range, but it's going to be kind of pointless for a well-coordinated team, and this is especially true in the ALGS when teammates are pretty much always sticking right on top of each other. You'll never really use that passive ability. I also think her ultimate will easily be countered since you can't just shoot and destroy the individual pylons, but regardless, I do think it's pretty good to cover a large amount of area. You can stop people trying to make a quick getaway, or you can use it to push in. The sizable meta tweaks as well are going to be very nice. I think there's nothing too major or too small. Season 18 saw very little when it came to meta changes, and I think Season 19 changes will be a little bit more substantial. Catalyst is probably getting too many nerfs in my book, but she should still feel pretty good to play. Bangalore nerfs may also seem like a little much to me, but they aren't going to really change how Bangalore is played, and I have a feeling that Bangalore is still going to be one of the most used legend. You just won't be able to find those DTs in the crafter, which means once out of every like 4 to 5 days, you won't be able to craft a DT, which honestly I think is pretty small in terms of impact. Moving to the bad, my biggest concerns revolve around one word and is ranked. I'm still not sure about the system as a whole. Respawn double or now triple downed on their behind the scenes MMR system or skill rating. I get that we want the matches to be competitive, but it's going to be a slog to rank up. My silver and gold games felt exactly like I was in masters or pred lobbies because everyone was that level. There's no arc of the games getting more competitive as stakes get raised. I am excited for the promo system. It does hurt solo players though, and ranked honestly is meant to be tough, so I do understand the promo system and, you know, keeping those people out of those higher ranks that maybe are ratting, although it's not going to really matter because since you are based on your skill-based matchmaking or that behind the scenes MMR, you might still get rats no matter what because you're not going to know what rank they are regardless. If the behind the scenes MMR wasn't a thing, then you would actually weed out rats because they wouldn't be able to rank up without getting kills or getting a win, and it would actually make a lot more sense. If there is anything I do want to consider as ugly or really bad when it does come to the next season, it is just going to be the map rotation and specifically Broken Moon. That map is just so difficult to play on. There's no consistency. People are flying everywhere on the rails. Thankfully, Olympus and Stormpoint are a couple of my favorites, so that is good. Hopefully we get a mid-season buff to Broken Moon, or at least a new POI or some sort of tweak. Town takeovers really just do not happen that much anymore, and I desperately miss some mid-season map refreshes. It really just gave you another reason to come back and play the game. Beyond this though, everything seems pretty solid beyond a few slight concerns I have. Content seems to be plentiful, and we will see how the post-launch goes. We know some sort of Post Malone thing is coming, and probably Holiday Express will more than likely come back when it does come around December. Another concern I do have is cross progression just not working. This could be a big deal if not executed flawlessly. If people's accounts get busted or broken in a way that deletes everything and it takes Respawn weeks to fix it because of how hard or difficult the problem is, then this would be a huge issue. Hopefully how long it took them to implement cross progression means they have it ironed out. There's not going to be a problem at all. I'm not too worried, but it is something that I was thinking about, just how damaging it could be to the game. Today we do have some interesting gameplay to show. We have some highlights of better moments in the games I played in Season 19's Early Access playtest, but also that 10-person squad game that I did hint at the start. The end was honestly hilarious. I didn't even really play that much in this game. I was really just walking around. We were a complete force to be reckoned with. We were kind of just running with a mob. Also, shout out to Simply Ashton, who almost 1v10'd us as we were going in with fists flying. Hit the like button. I will see you very soon for more Tim Pro content and enjoy the video.
Heads up, dropping the pain.
Holy shit.
Buy food for Nicolas.
Yeah.
I guess it's the cat.
By the way, you can play on top of this too. This is OP.
A gift to the
What?
people of Swords on Front.
In the chimney. Make it two.
I'm bleeding out.
Are we going to lose
150?
3v10?
No.
Hey, I don't want to wait.
Revive, bro.
Lifeline.
Revive us all. Gonna drop on him and punch him out, okay? That's the plan.
Oh wait, we're reviving, what the
Drop on
fuck?
him. You're gonna punch. Press on the guy.
Let's go!
GG.